Evening. Welcome to Tom Brand One Thoughts. Hope everything's going well for you guys. Here we are, another edition. We're going to talk about a couple of things. Try to fit 5 pounds of bologna in a 1 pound bag. Is that how the expression goes? Hope all is well. Hit that notification button. Hit the share button. Hit a like button. It helps. I have 2 other channels. Tom Brand 1, which is a comedy channel. I think it is. I'm sure you will chuckle. I won't bore you too much with the length of those videos. They're usually very short videos. The other one is From the Bleachers Sports Show. Sports! Who doesn't like sports? If you don't, I understand. We don't judge. We don't hate here. And this thing that I do weekly, it kind of talks about the week in news, pop culture, social media, like weird news type of stuff. Or it could just be other things on my mind, depending if the week has been slow news-wise. Just BSing with you guys, giving you my thoughts. It's nothing professional. This is just me on my commute home. So, there was a story a couple of days ago, and this involves cell phones, and it circled around the fact of like text messages that were supposedly sent around Valentine's Day that never went through, and people were receiving text messages at like late morning, and they never sent it, and they don't recall. So it was like this whole big confusement how people were getting text messages that they never recalled sending, at late o'clock, late in the morning. Apparently it was a glitch as cell phone companies were updating their system, and they were all sent out, and that's it. So imagine these text messages were centered around Valentine's Day, right, in that time frame. So imagine if you're no longer with a person, imagine your ex getting a text message all of a sudden from you now, close to a year later. Uh-oh. Imagine for how awkward that might be the next morning. Maybe you're married now, and your ex from last year got that text message. You're like, oh. Try to explain that situation. Why exactly are you sending text messages to your ex? Don't worry, you have this video as proof that in fact that was sent and was acknowledged by the cell phone carriers, or you can even Google it. So this is a true story. But I could just imagine the conversations between the exes when these text messages were received. And I'll share some with you because I got the inside scoop. I got the news. Text messages could have went through where it says, "Do you still hate me?" Person replies, "Yep." On a scale of 1 to 10, if I had a gun with 2 bullets and was in a room with Hitler, Bin Laden, and you, I would probably shoot you twice. That's probably a text message that was exchanged. Another one could have been, "Bitch." Replied, "Ha, I've been called worse." Then a reply like, replied by your girlfriend. Burn, right? Or maybe a text message went, "Hey, babe." The reply went, "Don't talk to me." And then you see, "I'm sorry I cheated on you. Give me another chance." Your eyes sparkle like the stars. You have the most wonderful laugh. And your beauty takes my breath away. Response, "I actually thought you took my breath away, but what?" But I realized that was simply your breath. Smelled and eat a Tic Tac. Another text message could have gone between former lovers. "I called." The response, "I watched it ring." You'll never find someone like me, goes one text message. That's the point, was the response. Hey, long time no talk. Let's keep it that way. I mean, these are just coming to me, and these people are asking me for help, and I don't know what to tell you. SOL, my friends. Another response went, I just ate a fish taco. It reminded me of you. Then the response went, what a coincidence. I just ordered a pizza and it came in 20 seconds. Thought of you. Jeez. And I woke up and had to talk to you, goes another text message. Oh Lord, what was it about? What was it? What do you have to talk to me about? We're actually getting back together. Response, what a nightmare. And this just keeps on going. Just keeps on going, guys. So, it's not, it happens. I'm sorry that you guys went through that. But for some of you, you were, maybe hoping, those text messages really went through, and yesterday was your day to receive them. And unfortunately, some of you, based on the notes that you gave me, got burned really, really bad. And I do apologize with all sincerity. Yeah, so we had that going on. Speaking of cheese, a perfect segue, as I came across another story here. Who doesn't like pizza, right? And pizza seems to be like a focal point. That's how you say it. A focal point of this video cast. And I'll tell you what, again, no pineapple on pizza. This has been discussed in prior videos. Okay, so let's keep that straight there. But in Wisconsin, I came across this story. A man got really upset. He was at a Pizza Hut. That is your first problem. Ordering pizza at a Pizza Hut. No offense to Pizza Hut, but, not my first choice. Just my opinion. And he got all upset because he ordered extra cheese on his pizza, and it did not come with extra cheese. Little bit light on the extra cheese. And this is typical. Any news that you get from Wisconsin would probably go, you messing with my cheese? By the way, guys, find yourself a good pizzeria, and the thing with a place like Pizza Hut is probably, I hate to break it to you guys that are in Wisconsin, and love that Pizza Hut, probably the same guy that made your pizza was flipping your burgers. He was flipping burgers the week before. And the man should not have been, they should not have gone that cuckoo. But I mean, I get it, I guess. Some really love their pizza. Some are infatuated by their pizza. Again, and it's the Wisconsin residents just love cheese. They love it. And, I'm sorry for wasting your time, because this story was just plain cheesy. What's... Come on. Sorry. I had to do that. Come on. You seen that coming. But yeah, man, jeez. Relax with your pizza. I mean, and listen, at least he didn't, at least I can't say I hate the guy completely. At least he, seems like he was just trying to add extra cheese and did not have any of these weird toppings that you animals like to put on your pizza at times. Drinking some iced tea, by the way. Delish. Fun fact, iced tea is probably my favorite drink. No calorie iced tea. 0 calories, which is always a good thing. It tastes great. I did a adult thing this past week. I mean, kudos for me for doing a adult thing, right? I mean, after all, I am 38, and I'm proud of myself. I returned books. And they were on time. See, as a kid, like, I was a good kid growing up, right? I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I'm gonna toot my own horn. I was a good kid growing up. It's just that I would get in trouble, though, like any kid, for the weirdest possible shit, weirdest stuff. And, like, one of the things I would get in trouble with, for whatever reason, like, I could never, let's say, library books. They'd always be late, because either I lost them, or they were just at the bottom of my locker when I was in high school. I just could never remember to just bring in that damn library book. Had the internet been around, when I was using the library frequently, I would have been a pro. My library books would have been on time. Because now, you have the app. You could renew the books. Actually, yeah, you could renew the books. And you could just always now return the books. You could renew the books online through an app. You could renew the books. You could return the books now after hours through, like, these sliding little, like, tray, sliding little machine things. I don't know. I'm not even going to explain it. But you could do things after hours. So, like, I would be a pro now with the way technology is. So not only were my books late growing up, but my video was late. Blockbuster Video, man. You guys remember Blockbuster Video? Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference. Is that? There was a jingle for Blockbuster Video that they had. How did it go? You had Blockbuster Video, and you had, I think its rival was Hollywood Video, right? And, when Blockbuster Video came out, it over the course of time, Blockbuster Video had a gazillion locations, and you know, it would, it forced, in its heyday, it forced a lot of mom and pop like video shops to close down because you had Blockbuster Video. But one of the tags was making a Blockbuster night, and I remember that. I still have that card actually. And the Blockbuster I believe there was one that was open for a very long time. I believe it's the only one maybe that's open or that just recently closed. But the Blockbusters near me, closed maybe at this point. Wow, maybe early 2000s, like 2005, 2006. But yeah, man, so many fun memories with Blockbuster. When a new movie came out, Blockbuster would have all the, the front covers of the movies there, like the boxes, the video boxes, and you would go through every movie, try to pick out the new movie that was out, that came out that week. You guys remember that when it went to DVD? You would run, and you would try to call it in to Blockbuster for them to put the video on the side for you, that new one that came out that week. That didn't work because if you made friends with the people there, they might hide it, keep it for you in the front or on the side somewhere. But that was far and few between. So you would rush into Blockbuster and try to get that DVD. And the joy that you would when you got that DVD was great, right? And then your buddies would call you up, or you tell your buddies that you would be going to Blockbuster to pick up the new Rocky movie, let's just say, that came out. And your friend was like, oh man, can you hide, or can you save that DVD for me? I'm gonna go pick it up later. So you would hide it. You would hide it behind another movie, which no one would think to look. You would go take that box and hide it behind a 1981 disco movie that no one's watching. Be like, yeah, Joe, I left that Rocky movie behind, that 1980 disco movie. That was the struggle. And and you had to make sure that you would get there super early, right when Blockbuster would open, because everyone was renting from Blockbuster, getting the new hit DVDs, and even movies that were fairly recent too, like that came out on DVD, like within the year, those popular movies would sell out too. So it was always a mission. I remember and going for Blockbuster for that. And you also had for Blockbuster, you also had in with the video games. The video games too, when the new video game would come out, like Street Fighter when it would come out, or Sonic the Hedgehog, these type of video games, the popular ones, and they used to have for Sega, Nintendo, every single system that you can imagine, and they would get these video games in too. So that was like a struggle. That was a rush too, because everyone, all the kids, would try to get the new game. You would play it. I believe you would be able to have it for a week, and then you would have to return it. And again, same process. You save one of the tapes for your buddy, and you hid it behind a game that no one would be renting, right? So that way your buddy could also play that game. I believe at that point, renting out DVDs, was it like, I believe at that point it was cheaper than going to the movie, and that's why it was successful. Because if it was the same cost as going to the movie, why wouldn't you just go to the movie, right? Just go to the movies and watch. I believe I want to say these DVDs and cassettes were like $325, $425, something like that. No more than I want to say no more than $725, and the movie back then was about $10. I go to a movie theater about $10 back then. I don't know how much it is now because last time I've gone to a movie was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and before that it was even more sporadic. So the key when you go into Blockbuster, though, was always try to. You can't have a Blockbuster night on Friday or the weekend if you would try to rent out, a good DVD, a good video game on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You needed to get there, let's say a Wednesday or Thursday, and get yourself prepared for the week. You would rent out that Blockbuster DVD or that video game, and sometimes you were disappointed because you open up your cover, trying to play your game, and it's the wrong damn game. You wanted to play the new Street Fighter, and instead you got the new, My Little Pony video game. Heck, listen, nothing wrong with My Little Pony, but it's a little bit different than playing the Street Fighter game. And, Blockbuster eventually, did go out of business. You had, when the internet became more popular, things were available online. You had YouTube, where videos and clips were starting to appear on YouTube, which was free to use. And just the internet in general, and Netflix, their system that they first started before they went streaming, and it slowly killed Blockbuster. Even like Redbox 2, which I believe is still out there. But yeah, childhood days, man. Childhood days. Blockbuster Video. What else? Look, a penny. A penny richer, my friends. A penny richer. Good old Honest Abe. Honest Abe. Jeez, if Lincoln was around now, he'd be quite old, right? How do you think like having a conversation with Abe Lincoln would be nowadays? Like, I wonder, what would he say? Would he say things that Abe Lincoln would not say? 4 and I was totally one of them. I always score. I was actually all 4 of them. Honest Abe would not say that. Just one more selfie with my duck lips. I don't think Mr. Abe Lincoln would say that. Nope. What's the Wi-Fi password? I think, Abe Lincoln would probably have a plan being that he was the former president, he wouldn't need Wi-Fi. He would just get the unlimited data plan that you could get from T-Mobile. T-Mobile better than AT&T. By the way, I don't know why I stayed with AT&T for so long, and I find that I do that sometimes. Don't you find that sometimes, guys, that you just get too comfortable? All right, I find myself doing that sometimes. Old honest Abe there. Like my beard, yo. Mr. Abe Lincoln would not say that. Finally, no shave Movember. We built this city on rock and roll. Mr. Lincoln would not say that. Come on now. Yeah, so just going back, right? Do you guys, like, sometimes, and I find I gotta pinch myself sometimes, and change is good. Sometimes, especially me, it's like, especially like, I don't know, like work. Let's just say, for example, sometimes, I don't know about you, I still like to be challenged. I like to be challenged in life. Sometimes I feel that we settle for not being challenged, right? So sometimes being uncomfortable is good. There's nothing wrong with stepping out of your comfort and being a little bit uncomfortable, because whatever the task is at hand, you guys could definitely crush it with the right attitude, hard work, positivity. So why not step out of your comfort zone? If you're in a job and you could afford to make a move, and you feel that you're not being challenged anymore, why not, do it for yourself and take on a new challenge? You owe it to yourself to move on up to the next step. So stepping out of your comfort zone, a lot of people do that. That's how I think a lot of people are successful. Not being complacent and always wanting to take on new risks and new challenges. Listen, said it before. You just need one win is all you need. Just one win. Man, I'm going through the city here. Not the city, outer city. Winter is upon us, guys. Winter is already upon us. I'm looking at my thermometer. It's 36 degrees. Holy crap. Welcome winter. 36 degrees. All right, guys. Have a good, phenomenal week. Keep your head up high. Any questions, comments, let me know. Hopefully one of these days you can do kind of like a live stream type of deal, right? Maybe that it will introduce a few people to the channel. But yeah, just a couple of things that went on this past week. It was more of a light news week. There were other heavy stuff that did go on. One main story, I kind of don't want to touch into that. That's a whole nother. It wouldn't do it justice, in a 30-minute clip. But I hope all is well, guys, and we'll speak very, very soon. Check out my prior videos here. I'm going to post... I have a lot of cool places that I want to go see that I'll be putting together in the next couple of weeks, and look forward to chatting to you guys then. Hope all is well. Ciao.